Small businesses, we can all agree, make up so much of the fabric of our communities. Sadly, sometimes beloved businesses have to close for one reason or another. Luckily, Cynthia Brothers runs an Instagram account and a website called Vanishing Seattle, where she tracks all these changes and pays tribute to the places that have shaped our city. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me back.
You know, it's hard. It's very bittersweet when we talk about this, but it is also, like I said, you pay tribute to these places that some people had their first dates or first moments. You recently had an exhibit all about Vanishing Seattle in Pioneer Square. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so that was really exciting. It was the first time I was able to do something of that scale.
Yeah.
It was in partnership with Forest for the Trees and Archive at the historic Rail Spur building in Pioneer Square. It coincided with the Seattle Art Fair. And just with the help of everyday folks across Seattle, I put a call out to see if people had old signage and memorabilia.
Wow.
So we ended up getting over 80 pieces, a lot of large-scale neon signs.
Oh my gosh, this
signs.
is a huge installation.
Yeah, all together in one warehouse space. So that was cool to have people come through and kind of have a literal walk down memory lane. Yeah, we had music venues, historic gay bars, just a lot of cool spots.
I'm so sad I missed that. I'm going to hope you do that again, because I think that that's something, or maybe you need a permanent space for that.
I mean, if anyone's got something they want to donate, I mean,
yeah, I mean, maybe we need to think
it.
about that. I know it is hard though for permanent spaces because, you know, we've got the Museum of Museums now that's closing, right?
Yes, so that closed very recently, just September 1st. It was located in First Hill, and Greg Lundgren, he transformed this mid-century medical building that was owned by Swedish into this beautiful space with multiple galleries, mural sculptures. Like every inch of the place was utilized for art, like even the closets and the bathrooms.
Wow.
And it gave a lot of opportunity to local and emerging artists and curators that might not have had access to other galleries and institutions, and just tons of different really playful, fun exhibits from everything from Afrofuturism to touchable art to my favorite, which was around cat towers, where artists built towers for cats and people could bring in their cats to test them out.
No way.
So yeah, it just felt like really accessible and fun for a contemporary art museum.
So, and they just have to close now?
Yeah, you know, old building, they had some plumbing and flooding issues with their pipes, and the costs were just insurmountable, so they were, forced to close.
A shame.
But yeah, really, you know, in the short 3 years they were around, I think had a huge impact on the local arts ecosystem.
Good. That's amazing. The Cherry Pit vanished at the end of August. What was the Cherry Pit? Yeah,
so the Cherry Pit was an all-ages music and arts venue in the Central District. And it was opened by some local artists and musicians that wanted to have an all-ages outlet for art in the neighborhood. They had tons of shows with not just local bands, but also national, international. Also had art installations across a lot of genres, performance art, poetry, markets and vendors. Vanishing Seattle was even lucky enough to have its films included in one of the exhibits earlier this year. But yeah, they're only around for about a year. They lost their lease because the landlord felt it wasn't a good fit for the neighborhood. So yeah,
it's a hard one. But my gosh, how many people were exposed to how many different things by going there? Again, leaving a lasting mark. The next, I remember seeing this and I had no idea it closed. Zenith Supplies.
Yeah, so Zenith, that was a real neighborhood institution in Roosevelt area, kind of like a hippie, new age, metaphysical, witchy supply store, which I think was pretty emblematic of that area for a while. But yeah, they had, you know, everything from bulk and DIY supplies for making soaps, candles, essential oils, crystals. It was really a community hub for folks that wanted to learn about it. It was a go-to for local massage practitioners, and it'd been around for close to 50 years, and I think at that location for about 35.
30, wait, so they're gone completely?
Yeah, they were, I mean, they're impacted by the pandemic and inflation, and so they were initially planning to downsize and relocate, but with the rent being so high in Seattle, just couldn't find anything, so they had to close.
Such a shame
that
we're
really
losing these local stores because you can't afford rent anywhere. And I'm sorry, but like, I don't want to buy my Palo Santo from like the online store.
Right.
I want to touch it. I want to smell it.
Yeah. That place smelled so good too. It was, it was a great
that's really unfortunate. I hate to hear that. Mutual Fish.
Yes. So another long-standing neighborhood institution in Rainier Valley.
In Rainier Valley, yeah.
Yeah, it was around for 76 years.
Wow.
Owned and operated by the Yoshimura family over 3 generations, and they're going to be retiring and closing the store on September 16th.
Okay.
But it was founded in 1947 by Dick Yoshimura, has been in its current location in Rainier Valley since 1965, and some of its employees have been working there since the 60s.
Yeah.
And Dick was really influential in shaping Seattle's appreciation for fresh seafood. Like, they're one of the first stores to fly in fish by air, like sushi grade tuna from Hawaii and California. Dick trained a lot of big name chefs like Tom Douglas, and Mutual Fish continued to supply a lot of local restaurants. And he even worked with UW fisheries specialists in the 70s to invent this whole new saltwater tank system for shellfish.
Wow.
So yeah, just really, I mean, some of it's known for some of the like best, most affordable, widest selection of fresh seafood.
They're vanishing on this in September.
16th.
Okay, so I just have to say, it's such a beautiful thing to see that, and it sounds like maybe they're making the choice to retire. I have to say, you're not always, there's not all bad news.
Right.
You have something that is not vanishing, Left Bank Books.
Yes, so I like to, have a positive note sometimes, and also highlight places that are legacy businesses that are not vanishing, that are still around, that folks can go support. So Left Bank Books is one of those in Pike Place Market. They're celebrating their 50th anniversary this year. They're a radical, anarchist, collectively run bookstore. They have over 10,000.
Say radically anarchist, collective-run bookstore.
Yes, all of those things.
You know what? A lot of things.
Yeah, it's very Seattle, which I love. But they've got over 10,000 new and used titles. They've got about 70 sections across a diversity of themes. They have events like author talks, open mics, and they support the Books to Prisoners program, which customers can also support by shopping there. And if you can't make it to the Pike Place store, you can shop online. You can see what the staff recommend and ways to also volunteer and get involved with the store. So yeah, congratulations to Left Bank Books.
That's awesome. Cynthia, thank you so much for again providing a legacy to these wonderful stores and wonderful businesses that have been around, and also reminding us of things that are not vanishing. Follow her on the InstaWebs because you will not regret it. So many wonderful things that you highlight. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely.